aka Murtaugh Martin Witness 1. And today we're going to talk about stuff in general. First topic today is just a reminder that tomorrow, on Thursday, January 28th, there's going to be a hearing in the case of Florida versus Field McConnell. Now, it's a bit of a housekeeping issue. I believe it's a bond hearing or a motion to strike or something along those lines. And what I will do is, after the hearing, either on Thursday or Friday, is I get the information, I will present it. And if I go on the air Saturday for the Saturday Mobilethon, I may also discuss the proceeding. While I still have a fairly heavy schedule, there shouldn't be anything like last Saturday, so I'll have more time to devote to trying to be organized a little bit better, but we'll see. We're going to continue the once a week Mobilethon for the time being, and we're also going to continue with the Mobilethons from time to time. Now, another item to discuss is something that was posted on Facebook that was brought to my attention. As I expected, the handler of a certain individual who has been speculated to not be among the living anymore has refused the offer to do a proof of life. She has decided instead to change the subject completely and is once again lying about people, attacking people, and just making absolute fools of themselves. And her main argument seems to be a video that was done by Alexandra Goddard. And unfortunately, I don't know how to link it into my Mobilethon, but I am going to post an image of her YouTube channel so that you can do a search and find it. It's an interesting video. She's done a number of things on social media in regards to this particular individual, so it's worth watching. At some point, with her permission, I may bring it into my Mobilethon at some point. But, that's up in the air yet. But the gist of all this is that there does not seem to be any movement on the part of the grifter to confirm, beyond any doubt, that her idol is alive. She refuses to do it. She comes up with a stupid image with the blockage of the face, and that's about all we're going to. If something different happens, I will let you all know, but for right now, it seems to be an evasion. Now, another thing I'm going to get onto has to do with the Capitol insurrection. Now, as some of you may recall, a while back, last year, I did a Mobilethon on what will happen if the individuals that are part of this QAnon cell manage to get themselves arrested or in trouble to the point where they need to consider how they are going to handle the situation. And I said that people will probably start singing like a canary when it's their own ass on the line, that they're not going to take one for the team. They're not going to fall on their swords. They're going to plead out, become cooperating witnesses, and so forth and so on. And this might apply also to those that stormed the Capitol in this little insurrection, for it turns out that the alleged leader of this little charade was a confidential informant for the FBI, for the feds. He was a stooge. He was a rat. And so that is not going to bode well for those that took part in the insurrection at the Capitol. For a lot of you are going to find your asses arrested because your fearless leader turned out to be a confidential informant for the government. And as a result, you guys are going to jail. You know, your fearless leader may be joining you there, so if you see your fearless leader in jail with you, you may want to show your quote-unquote gratitude for his being loyal to the government that you tried to overthrow. I'm sure he would appreciate input from you folks. That ought to be interesting. But this is a reminder that when you get involved in any kind of conspiracy or group effort to violate the law, that there may be someone among you who may decide they want to save their ass and snitch to the feds in exchange for a plea deal, all-out acquittal, something. And so this is what a lot of these groups need to start worrying about. Either with the insurrection groups that storm the Capitol, or people that go around claiming that they're authorized by the federal government to do audits and that they're part of the Pentagon or the high command or any of this, that you may wind up being ratted on. That person that you trust may not be so trustworthy. So you may want to lawyer up. You know, I hear someone has connections with the #1 defamation lawyer in the country. Maybe that lawyer might practice criminal defense, because you may well need him. Unless, of course, he's the one that turns you in. Never know. So that's about it today, because there's really, not much going on. We got the usual conspiracy theories coming out of the nitwits, and the false accusations and the slander and the defamation and so forth. But we don't have proof of life. So I can't report on a proof of life, because they refuse to offer one. And so we have to continue to speculate, I guess, that a certain individual from northwest Minnesota, around East Grand Forks, may be dead. And he may be dead because of foul play. Eventually the truth will come out. They're either going to come up with a proof of life that's going to put all this to rest, or they're going to let this drag out until someone finds the truth, which may be, of course, that the guy is dead. And then it's a question of, how did he die? And was there an individual or group that caused his death? All these questions will be answered in due time. So until then, this is William K. Murtaugh, Mert Witness 1. Have a good one.